and welcome, or Solo, as I've said now, because it's our new thing.
Oh.
Shalom.
I made a weird face when I said Solo.
I was like, really?
The first time I said it, you thought that was cool.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Tristan, back me up on this.
Hi.
All right.
Sure.
So we just finished up our arc with the Sphinx and the Lamb. And normally what we would do for Forsyth Fantasy Hour is we would have our level up episode. We have our lessons learned. I didn't prepare that.
So that's
going
good.
forward.
That's fine.
Because I just thought that with season 2, the in-between episodes that were kind of like in between the different arcs.
It would just like organically.
Yeah, go from story to story.
Yeah.
So this is basically a prologue to arc number 2, which you'll see at the end of this episode.
Gotcha. In addition to being a sort of like lessons learned somewhat.
Yeah, like you guys will level up, and I have some stuff more so with the Spark Merchants that you guys will be able to do, which is where we'll start.
Cool.
Okay, so you guys just left Horseshoe Pass. You are riding on the Spark Merchant train, run by Gimbuck Frostbeard. It's his nickname. And then Paxton Firestash Stall. The Spark train is an items and weapon shop that travels throughout Noishing.
I forget. Are they on like rails or is it like?
No, it's like a horseless carriage. It's motorized.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. I was just making sure. Yeah.
Really?
They have items that you guys are able to buy, and they always have items that normal towns don't sell. So if there's something like specific or a magic item that you want to get, or if you want to like randomly roll for one, you would get it here. And now that you've had a good relationship with them, you can expect to see the Spark Merchant show up more and more.
Okay.
You can also trade and sell stuff here. So if there's an item that you have that you don't want anymore, or you want to you can get money back for it. Because in episode 0, I liquidated all of your money and put it into armor points, which you can use at this moment to customize and upgrade the armor that you have currently, or you can spend one of those to do a trade with one of the Spark Merchants.
Just trying to get ideas of something I might want.
Okay.
Just looking at my stats and thinking in general as well. Always take such risks. I was thinking looking at stats like, oh, I might want like some more strength, something to augment strength, which I just don't have at all. But then it's like, oh, my constitution is also very low. And with all the actions that we're doing with like draining our own life energy, it's like I should probably get something that gives him more HP or something in a way, or just like more, like adds more to his constitution. I
don't know what that would be.
I don't know. Because I could think of like a strength thing. It could be like, so we already have the gauntlets. Maybe I just like, oh, you haven't have like a, like a WWE champion's belt I could put on and it's magic and it makes me stronger. I don't know.
Or even, like a healing potion. I mean, you're down, you drink the healing potion and you get up. So maybe there'd be something kind of like Magic Monster.
Magic Monster.
He takes it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh, yeah. Some sort of potion that like
really enhances, but it only lasts for like an hour or something.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
We'll work on you in a minute.
While you're still deciding.
Hey, we're working on me right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Emmy.
Yes.
So you have decided to get something, an item that would help you with stealth.
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm going to ask you is you're going to have to roll a d10.
Okay.
But before you roll it, so you're going to spend 1 armor point for every time that you roll it. So if you get, if an item shows up that you don't particularly like, then you can always re-roll it to get another item, but it will cost you an armor point.
But if you're not taking that, wouldn't it be like when you say, no, never mind, I don't want, you know how the merchant will bring something out and you go, I want it or not.
How about it'll cost you 1 extra armor point every time you re-roll?
Isn't that the same thing? I'm pretty sure he said the same thing.
Wait, explain this again.
Okay.
Okay.
So on your first item, whatever you get, it's going to cost you 1 armor point.
Yes.
Whatever.
If I take it.
If she takes it. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
If you roll it a second time,
To look for something else.
rolling
it a second time
will
does
get you,
cost.
will get you another item to pick from, but you will have to spend 2 armor points
Oh, okay.
for
So
either one.
Okay,
Same
so it's
thing.
like
it's the same thing.
It's not. though.
no, it's not. It's not. It's not the same thing because he's saying like, think about it like a crane game, right? So it's like if you put the quarter or like if you're playing the crane game and you don't get anything okay,
Yeah.
say you're playing this crane game and you don't have to pay until like you get like the stuffed animal, right? Like
That's not what he's saying. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Here we go. I'm gonna roll,
And it'll cost you 1 armor point.
It will. It will.
For every item that you want, it'll be 1 armor point.
All right, but do I have to get to a certain number?
No, it's just a random number.
Oh, okay. It's a 5.
Gimbuk goes through a couple of his little drawers and he pulls out an item and he says, "Oh, I think you're gonna like this one." And it is an invisibility cloak.
Oh.
And so this item, while wearing this cloak, you gain the benefit of greater invisibility. It's a great invisibility spell. I could look it up if you want to know more of what that does.
No.
Okay.
I'm good.
You can turn invisible. That's
Yay.
what I'm getting from it. And then you can have a number of creatures in the cloak.
So, like, I could hide somebody else or something
Yeah,
else
sounds
with
like
me?
you and Droopy could
Yeah,
go
yeah.
at it.
I would say relative to your size.
To my size, because
So-
I'm small.
Yeah, around like 2 or 3 small people.
Yeah, it couldn't be me and, say, Roderick.
No,
Is it
definitely
gonna-
not.
It's not going to work.
Definitely not, but it also doesn't sound like it could be you and me
No,
because
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
Me or smaller.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
I'll take it.
You
Yes.
and-
Okay.
yeah.
I'm okay with that one.
So mark off 1 armor point.
Okay.
So that basically some of the material you use to make your guardian armor is really rare and special. So you gave some of that material up to get this item.
Oh, okay.
So anytime you want to upgrade your armor, you're going to have 1 less.
And so I put that down that I have an invisibility cloak.
Yeah, because that is an item. So you have an invisibility cloak.
Okay. Clock.
There's no second C. Yeah, you're good.
Invisibility clock.
I got an invisibility clock, and so there.
Would you like to see what time it is? No, you don't even remember where you put your invisible clock.
Oh no, I can't tell the time because it's invisible. Dang it! That's so
That's
not.
so sad.
That is actually
so tragic.
counterproductive.
I love that. I just want to make a little Twitter account and just tweet out just very redundant items. Invisible clock.
Yeah.
There you go. How are you going to tell the time? You won't. But it's invisible and it's pretty
That'd
cool.
be a good D&D table.
Yeah.
Now you know.
Yeah.
People can just pull from that.
Yeah. If only there was like a Twitter account out there that just like had all these keywords with like all this stuff that you could just search up.
Okay. So yeah, thank you. I think I'm good with that, and with the items I already have.
He gives you a thumbs up.
Thank you. I go off with Droopy.
And test out the cloak together.
Yeah. And we're over there playing.
Yeah, because Droopy earlier was playing Five Finger Fillet with his Dragon Tooth dagger, which is and he's going, "Look, I'm doing it!"
And I'm going, stop before you start bleeding.
Jack, is there anything you would like?
So with this whole like spending armor points for these items, does this also happen to say I wanted a potion or something instead?
Yeah.
Would I just use gold or something?
Yeah, you have money.
Okay, yeah. No, I figured
are like more rare, like getting like really, really good items.
rare stuff. Okay, yeah, because I can't really think of anything else. We were discussing it earlier. Looking at trying to like make up for stuff I lack in, like stats wise, it would be like for me, it'd be strength or constitution. Then I don't know, maybe I just buy some more potions.
Oh, wait, yeah. So there is a potion called Potion of Giant Strength, and
It's like
There
a
you
great
go.
mix of both.
There you go.
what will happen if you drink the potion? It'll just make you have a default strength stat and they're all like ridiculously good.
A default strength.
So like, know how your strength has a number?
Yeah. Well, would it be like the modifier or like that?
The number.
The number down there. Okay.
Because the number affects the modifier.
Right.
What's that number?
My main number is 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So any of these are like 20 and above. So they're like ridiculously high.
How long does it last?
So it'll be an hour. How much money do you have?
I got this isn't happening in game, is it? No. I want you to know I would never, as Jack, tell somebody on question, hey, how much money do you have? I would never tell them exactly how much I have.
Because you did it once and you got scammed out of a disguise kit.
Yeah, it was garbage. It was a garbage time. I'm never doing that again. But between you and me at the table,
yes,
I have 70.
Okay. So. You would probably be able to buy 2 of the like smallest potions of giant strength.
Okay.
So I would say like 2 for 40.
2 for 40.
Yeah.
I can always steal more gold. Yeah. I can take 2 of those. Does it actually like do those 2 small ones? Do those like give me like how much strength
do
will
they
it
work
add?
independently? Like he only needs 1, right?
Yeah, so you would only need 1, but it only lasts for an hour.
Okay.
So I mean, if you drank a little bit of it, it could be for a shorter time. I would 100% allow that.
Oh, that's cool. But I wouldn't be able to be like, oh, Scott, I want to. So let's say these both like add like each potion. I drink 1, it adds like 10 to that main number. So you wouldn't let me go like, hey, Scott, I want to drink them both so that my strength maxes out to 30 for like an hour.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So I can only use like 1.
So if you did use 1, your strength would be 21. The modifier, I think, is like +5.
Okay. Yeah.
Something pretty big.
Yeah. They were saying it'd be my main number, not the modifier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That'd be like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. 21 is +5. So basically, it'll give you +5 for strength for about an hour.
Okay.
Or if you chose to drink a smaller amount, you just have it for like, oh, I'm going to drink this enough to be like a minute.
Okay.
Like for that round of fighting.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Just like
could
sneak a little sip, and then my strength goes up just a little bit.
Yeah, I would allow that.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'll buy 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you have 40 less gold, and while Paxton is still driving the Spark train, Gimbuk hands you 2 frothy potions of this clear-ish liquid. It looks like milk.
Nice.
Okay.
Just
Because milk is good for your
whole
bones.
milk. Whole milk.
Pina colada. Let's think pina colada.
This isn't 2%, it's 4%.
Thank you so much. Looks great. When does this go bad? How long do I need to keep this in the cold section of my bag of holding?
It never goes bad.
Ooh, all right. I drop it in the bag.
No expiration date.
Yeah.
A giant never becomes weak.
Ooh.
That's the tagline on the potion. A giant never becomes weak.
Nice.
Giant's milk.
You guys good with items?
Yes.
I'm good with my stuff.
Sure.
So then before we get into like the actual part of the game, and audience, for the sake of time, what we'll do, trust me, they are leveling up. They will both go up to level 6 unless we also can't do that either. It's copyright as well.
Oh, sorry. Take that out.
Did you guys want to multi-class? Like, did you want to be a cleric and something else, a rogue and something else?
No.
I mean, like, I'd love to try. That sounds cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
What story-wise do you think Jack, out of the different classes, would he lean towards more?
Well, he's been like very, very. I mean, he's always been like more heroic than most people would think like a rogue class character would be. But I feel like for this past Genosphinx arc, he's been very, very heroic.
Okay.
Even for more so for himself. So I'm wondering, he's got the gauntlets as well. Like, is there some sort of class? Like, I would say paladin, but is there some sort of class besides paladin that happens to lean more towards like kind of a heroic type of? And given his actions as well, like you would be, I'm asking you like what you think. My thought would be paladin, but like
I would be fine with paladin because I'm looking at the list of classes, and if you're looking for something that is a little bit more heroic, I would say cleric, druid, monk, paladin, possibly ranger, and I think that's about it. Maybe artificer, but that's more of like magic stuff.
Well, paladin's in there.
Paladin's in there, yeah.
I think paladin makes the most sense.
Monk and ranger stood out to me as well. Can you tell me about those two?
I think because I don't think druid would fit because that has to do with more being heroic towards nature, and even though that's not a priority of Jack, even though it is still there, like I would assume Jack wouldn't want to like screw over a forest.
Right.
Yeah, just
not
think
like
of
dedicated.
how much he has grown over this time.
Yeah.
You know, you have really grown out of just being a simple thief to now you really are walking in this heroic guardian, departed guardian.
But it's not so much like what the real Jack Pilgrim, the paladin, would be. Like it's not like he would be like religiously devoted to the guardians. He's more so doing that because it's a personal thing. So maybe the ranger would be best because he's just getting better at being a guardian.
And to me, that does kind of fit the ranger style as well, where it's like one of the things it says in the handbook is like you might be self-taught, or like you could be a recluse who learned combat skills, tracking, and even a magical connection to nature. It's like instead of kind of going in the nature route, it's more of like going into this personal order that has to do with like, because I mean the departed guardians have to do with a very strange magic that nobody ever really knows about, and even like life after death, which is, in my opinion, a form of nature in the sense of a ranger, where it's like you're not a ranger in the sense of going into
like I'm not like hunting, like I'm not like a hunter, you know, but it's more like that's what the job just happens to be, is like we hunt down like this sort of like big magic anomaly type of stuff and make sure that it doesn't like mess with everything else around it, or people don't mess with it or abuse it. And it's just like, I don't know, like just gaining a lot more experience dealing with that, I feel like makes him more of a ranger than a paladin, definitely more than a monk, you know. A ranger thief, the ranger thief guardian.
I like that.
That sounds cool.
What I would like to do is possibly save that for a bite-sized episode. Yeah. And have kind of like this little talk of leveling up Jack and Jack going into a ranger on a one-on-one between me and you. Okay. Maybe we can do a follow-up with like Emmy and her thoughts of being a cleric. Unless you wanted to go into something else as well.
Yeah. Oh, no, not at all. What I thought, Emmy is just fine. Not that she has already a lot on her plate, but she's just kind of like comfortable with, she's a cleric and she is learning, you know, this whole new departed guardian, gauntlets, and all that's just fine with me.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. We're good.
So just like going deeper into the class.
Then. Learning. I'm just trying to learn. Yeah. You know?
In most games I've ever played, and I think it's sort of the same with tabletop type stuff, whenever people like begin to take on another class for their character, they don't go deeper into that first class or even the second one. They just sort of take on more the general characteristics rather than like studying more into it. You know, it's like having a general sciences degree than like focusing on like
more specific
health.
It's actually true. Yeah. And that's how I like playing D&D, where it's like a lot of people would probably say like, oh, Emmy's not a cleric. And it's like, yeah, but that's what makes her interesting. It's like she isn't this sort of like devout, holy like priestess character that you would see in a D&D cleric. She's just someone trying to do good and using like holy magic as a way of that. And I think that's really interesting. Yeah. But so having a little bit of a change for Jack, I think, well, probably won't affect this episode, but we will have to do that little bite-sized episode before we go into the second arc.
Oh, okay.
Cool. I actually want to do that. That sounds really fun. Yeah. Because there's two other classes that I want to talk about, but I'll do that on a one-on-one.
Yeah, we can book that. Yeah.
So in a sense, they're both going up to level 6. Emmy's getting a new ability through Channel Divinity, and she's getting a 1 third level spell slot. And so that's what she's getting. And then Jack will figure out in his own episode.
Gotcha.
You mean I'm adding 1 more to my 3rd level?
Yes, you
spell
are.
slots because I already have these.
Yes,
Okay.
I believe. We'll do your leveling up off camera just so that we don't take up more of the time. And
Sure.
it's very, very simple. There isn't anything huge.
There you go. I'm good.
Cool.
Just I know some people like to keep up with the stats and numbers.
Oh.
It's true.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Why?
That's why people listen to this stuff.
Oh,
They like the really minute stuff with the game. So
wow.
yeah, I didn't think I'd be into that stuff too, but here I am.
Yeah.
Here I am.
It can be very enjoyable. I
Yeah.
like balancing both.
Yeah,
Obviously.
we need a good balance because there are some folks who go too hard on either way, and it's either a game of make believe and then a game of stats. So it's like neither
I don't
one
want
is.
to do taxes.
Me neither.
So then the final thing I'll ask you guys that will lead into this episode. So since you guys actually had, for the first time ever in the show, side quests from Ophelia, and you successfully did both of them, I am going to reward you guys for that. And so what is going to happen is in this little in-between, you both will be able to, independently or together, will be able to go to one place, wherever they would like, and or ask a particular question to one of the members of the Guardians, and for me to give you like a flat out straight answer. Just take a second, think of what you would either want to ask someone, or where would you like to go, or go to 2 places, or ask 2 questions. Hey guys, sorry for the quick interruption, but I just wanted to make it clear that I cut out the discussion of what Tristan and Vicky's side quest rewards were. I can never get that right. I was practicing the whole time before trying to record this. And I did the same with the discussions of what items they would buy. I did this to make the episode move much faster. Trust me, I cut like 40 minutes from this episode of stuff that, was just kind of us talking, which was great for us, but not so great for the listener. But in short, Vicky has decided to talk to Edward about asking information of Emmy's 2 best friends, Elliot and Roderick. And Tristan has decided for Jack to talk to Quentin to go to the final resting place for the real Jack Pilgrim, and is planning on taking the rest of the team there. The Pilgrim side of the team, like Nyx and Ophelia and all of them, over Emmy and Droopy and that side of the family. So I wanted to make that clear, and we'll get into the more meat and potatoes of the episode as Emmy and Jack get closer to the burrow. But as they get closer, they get a call from a familiar friend. Okay, so as you guys are buying your different items and kind of brushing up on some new skills, Jack, maybe you pick up a book for whichever class that you're going to pick, and you're like kind of thumbing through it. You get a voice on the intercom kind of like start buzzing in, and you hear it, and it's Nyx. And she says, hey, Emmy, Jack, are you guys there? Are you guys there?
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay,
We're here.
Is Droopy with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you turn and look
Why?
at Droopy, and he's just kind of sitting there, and he grabs your little invisibility cloak and he puts it over his head so you can't see him anymore. And she goes, yeah, he's been gone for like way too long, and I've had to cover for him, but he's really gotten, my ass in trouble.
Oh.
He wasn't supposed to leave.
Oh.
Yes. Well,
We turn and look at him.
He's peeking through the
Yeah. Well, yes. Thankfully, he's safe and he's here with us.
Okay, good. Just make sure he gets back here.
Oh, absolutely. I won't let him out of my sight. Well, wait, he's gone again. No.
What do you mean? What do you mean? He's
No, just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah.
He's
We got an
playing.
invisibility cloak.
He's playing hide and go
We're
seek.
just playing. We're playing some games. You gotta chill out. It's fine.
Okay,
It's all good. It's all good.
I will try.
No, but I appreciate you, being concerned about him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll see you guys when you get back. You sound like you're close enough to be in the burrow. So she hangs up. And then Droopy doesn't say anything. He's still kind of like being sheepish, trying to be as cute as he can possibly be so he doesn't get in trouble.
I look at Emmy. I'm just like, you could deal with this. I dive deeper into the book.
I pick up the cloak and look at him, and he's kind of smiling. I'm like, you weren't supposed to run off without letting them know.
But it's okay. I'm a guardian.
Yeah, I know, you're adorable, and that's the only thing that's saving you right now. All right, and I put the cloak back down over. It's like you can't stay mad at him, and thankfully he's okay.
Edward then says, I'll tell the merchants to stop, but that's not his voice. He has like
it was Santa.
Santa.
Yeah, it was Santa. I remember this.
He said, I'll tell the merchants to stop so that we can, walk on back so they don't know where the burrow is.
Good idea.
So he talks to them, and as you guys kind of step out of the wagon, they wave you goodbye. A hope to see you again, and they drive off. Kind of, there's a fork in the road, and they go in one way, and then you guys look like you're going in the other way, but you actually go through like the woods and the trees, and you're making your way back to the burrow.
Oh, we took the road less traveled by.
Yes.
It's a fucking road.
So as you kind of get back into the burrow in this clearing, you see the ruined building where your bunker is underneath, and Nyx is walking out, and she like looks really, really mad, and she goes, "Droopy, I told you not to leave. I know you wanted to go, but they would be fine. We were in charge of protecting everything here. That's our job." And Droopy goes, I know, but I get real tired of sitting around. I want to go on fun adventures with you guys. I've done more adventuring than you, Nyx. And she goes, "Look, Quentin's already gotten mad at me before since you guys have been gone. I'm trying not to screw up again, and it's going to be all your fault if I do." So these two are just kind of fighting. What do you guys do?
I kneel down to their level, and I grab them both by the shoulders, and I say, "Hey guys, good on both of you. I'm glad to find you guys out here." I'm winking at both of them. I'm glad you guys did your job right. I'll relay that to Quentin. Look at that, no trouble, and look at that. Well, we'll make sure good brownie points on you guys. Good job, both of you, for staying here at your station, not leaving.
Right.
And
right.
And
Can you make a charisma roll?
Oh yeah.
doing good on that.
And I was going to say
roll
that
for
I was going to back him. Like, yeah,
Can she roll too?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Do aid as we always do.
What?
So if you Emmy, you roll first.
Okay.
And if it's above a 10, Jack gets advantage on it.
17. 17.
Okay, so you have an advantage.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was going to just back him. I'm gonna be like, oh yeah.
16.
So you get to roll again.
Nice. Oh, I forget that's what advantage means. That's an 8. So
Okay, so
yeah,
16.
16.
Plus whatever your charisma is, you're really good.
Which is great.
Yeah, because he's
it's incredible.
That's him,
It's
Mr.
incredible.
So Droopy is very confident, and he's just like, I'm just doing my guardian duty.
And you know what? We love you for it. Look at that. You guys are great.
And Nyx seems calmer but still agitated. Mm-hmm. And she goes, "Yeah, no, I know that Droopy's a big asset, and we're a big help to you guys. I feel like I pull my weight around more than he does, but nevertheless, I guess it'll be fine." And she starts walking back, kind of without you guys. And Edward just goes, "Oh my, oh my."
Yeah. Oh, okay. Again, Droopy, it's okay this time, but really, you can't just run off like that because, people care about you. They worry about you. And I understand that you're bored because you've been on so many really high adventures that I imagine that this is a little boring for you while we're training and stuff.
Yeah. And sometimes Nyx is just a little hard to deal with.
I mean,
Right?
that's how it's always been.
Yeah.
But, one of these days she'll get a little older and figure out that, we're just trying to help her out. I mean, it'd be a lot worse if she got in trouble. Is what I'm saying. If you both got in trouble, it'd be a lot worse. Because honestly, I'm not too happy you left either. You should be looking out for her. This is my family. I look eye to eye to Droopy.
Well, like Emmy said, who's gonna stay mad at me? and he kind of waddles away before you can say anything else. And Edward walks into the burrow.
Why I oughta?
So now, as you guys go back into the bunker, you debrief with Quentin and Astrid and Ophelia, kind of give them the rundown of everything that happened.
I give her the ichor sample.
Yeah, she takes it, and Ophelia says, yes, I'm going to have to go and study this based off of what you said, that the Forges are now living beings. That's quite concerning and quite strange that they would be like that. Thank you for letting us know, though. I mean, it sounds like we have a new enemy to deal with. And she kind of walks back to go back to the lab again.
Yeah.
Also, too, I don't know if we already knew that, but, we tell Quentin, right, that the Forge said that there were more. I mean, we were under the impression that there was these several ones. Yeah. Checking them off our list. Now, all of a sudden, it sounds like there's more.
It sounds... it's kind of hard to say at this moment on how many there are still that are unactive. There have been a few that Ophelia have been tracking that exist.
Okay.
And then you assume that there are more than the ones that you guys have just been tracking.
Okay.
I think the biggest issue is that they're alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
We didn't know
that's
that.
a concern.
Yeah.
That's probably the heaviest concern to me.
Because the other ones were like,
Well, they were fine before. I think it was our actions from what the last Forge told us, because the last Forge told us it was a character.
Yeah.
It's insane.
yeah, that's what I mean. Before it was like a pit.
Yeah,
It's like this talking thing.
Yeah, it sounds like our actions were a direct cause of these Forges becoming like people
Living,
like becoming like living in a way.
I don't know that they always were.
Well, no, I mean to say like our actions, like before, like it sounds like we must have done something to cause this. So I don't know. Just questions.
I can't answer either one of those.
Just questions. So
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, or you'll have to dig in a little deeper to find out more stuff about that.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think this would be a good time since now everything's kind of calmed down and you're getting back into the routine. If you,
I'm going to bed. Jack goes to bed.
if you want to talk to your dad,
Oh,
about
okay. Edward.
your two questions. So who do you want to talk about first? I'll give you the Mass Effect wheel choice.
Okay, it stops on Elliot. I walk over to Edward, who has made himself a cup of tea, and I said, hey, I've not, been thinking about, but I've not really actually mentioned lately, or asked you about Elliot. How's he doing? Do you even know?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I've been in some communication with District 6 about that. Basically a medical center for some of the people who were affected by the Forge.
Oh, okay.
And affected by the little gnome fellow who you all fought.
Oh, Jared.
Yes, Jers.
Jers.
It's sort of the magic that was affecting people, because it was kind of a new magic, more of science, if we're being more direct with it. Basically, this medical center is a recovery room for people like that.
Good.
So Elliot is there, and he's been doing well. I think it's being run by your friend Moxie, the dwarf director. There's someone else too who's there as well. Oh, the Gray Orange. He's helping with that as well.
Really? That's awesome.
And a couple of the other people that we've known or you have known. I don't know many of these people myself, except for Elliot, of course. That they are rehabilitating well back into kind of their old selves. The only ones I know who have been having a big issue is the dwarf brothers, who ran that weapon shop. The Maddock and the youngest one, I know that they've been slow to recover.
Oh, okay. Well, that's comforting to know that at least he's safe and doing better.
They're all in Sixport. Maybe sometime we can make a way and go up there.
Yes, I would love to see him. I just hope he remembers me.
Oh, I believe he will.
Do you think?
They said that he's been doing the best out of everyone.
Oh, wonderful. Because one time he remembered me, and then he didn't know who I was, and it just broke my heart.
Oh, it must have been very traumatic for you.
It was.
And he hands you a little, like, because as he has his cup of tea, he hands you a little scone. He's like, I don't have anything else for your troubles.
Oh,
here you go.
Thank you, Dad.
Eat this. It'll help.
Yeah, food's always a good. And also, Roderick's been on my mind a lot lately.
Your wolf.
My wolf friend.
Your wolf friend. I remember because some of the letters you've been sending, and he looks around when he says that, and he kind of sees that the Pilgrim family is kind of away, and Droopy's off doing his own thing because you weren't supposed to have too much of an outside connection, as we established in episode 0. And so, yeah, Edward goes, yeah, I've been on the look for your friend. The couple months that you've been here training, I've been scouting out and trying to find anything that resembles, a large winter wolf outside of their home domain up north. And I really couldn't find anything.
Oh.
It seems that the only time a winter wolf had been spotted was with you here, other than in the far north. So he might have gone back to his home.
Oh.
But from what I understand, there's not that too many left. I feel like they were all killed.
Yeah, I do believe something happened to him and his family at some point. I got just a short blip of a vision at one point.
You don't say.
Yeah,
Vision.
yeah. When I fell into the forge water stuff, and we had a mind crown,
Like a telepathic connection.
Connection, yeah, for a while. And he could speak to me, and then I could, I just spoke for him because he had lost his voice as well. And so anyway, so we just became very, very close. And he did say that, he felt like it was time for him to go in search of, but I don't know if he was successful. And so if he is alone, I don't know, it's just been bothering me. I've just been thinking, he's been coming to my mind more and more. So I just didn't know if maybe that was for a reason. I don't know. Maybe
it seems like he's going on his own journey that he has to travel.
Yeah.
On. But that. Oh, excuse me. I don't know why this tea made me burp. But that doesn't mean that we can't send him well wishes and a prayer here and there.
Yeah. In fact, I'll do that every now and then. I just thought, if you can hear my thoughts, I'm sending him to good thoughts to you, and maybe he'll think of me as well. So,
cool. So that's how that little scene goes. So yeah, Elliot is doing good in Sixport, and Roderick is still missing in action.
Oh,
that's as much as I can tell you,
oh.
Even with these special reward points.
Wow. Okay.
He's just gone up north.
Alrighty.
So you know. So Jack, you're gonna talk to Quentin about going up to.
And is that that night, or is that the? Have we eaten dinner yet?
It's up to you guys.
I think this was while you were talking with them. I go to Quentin.
Okay.
And I'm in my pajamas or whatever it is he sleeps in, probably just a rag or something. I don't know. He's a big boy. So, but he goes up to Quentin.
Yeah, Quentin's in his
bed. So it goes up in the study or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just asks Quentin, hey, so believe there definitely should be time for this to happen, but is there any way quarter keep can be a thing?
I appreciate that you've come to ask me first.
I figured.
I'm not doing his voice right. How to do them all. Clint Eastwood. Quarter keep has been on my mind for a while. So yeah, I think you're right. I think
it's about time that we all go see it.
We all?
Yeah. And take the family.
So everyone, just not me and you?
Yeah. I think it's fair.
Sure. What are you planning on doing there?
I mean, I don't know. Something about the connection to him, but I just like to know a bit more, and I think that everyone else in the family deserves to have a little bit more closure with it. We moved on, but the past is important, so I figure they should have a look at it too. So, and I'd like to keep them close. I know that we try to keep our secrets. I know I'm getting a lot better at this, and secrets are important, but I think so is so is good friends, good family. So I'm just trying to keep it all close and together.
Sure. I'll let you and the family know that what we see there we might not like. I don't know if the city has gone back to normal or if our original departed guardian keep is still intact. Wouldn't hurt to see.
It wouldn't hurt to get everybody else out.
Sure.
Heard Nyx has been a pain, so
Yeah, just a little bit. Have to keep her from fighting with Droopy.
Yeah. So field trip.
We could do that. Just, I'm not sure if everybody's ready, but at this point, it seems like we're running out of time to do it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's getting pretty late. I'm pretty tired, so
Oh, do you want? What are you saying? You want to go tomorrow?
Oh yeah, no, we're going tomorrow. I'm exhausted. They had this weird new horseless carriage thing we were telling you about. That thing is weird and bumpy, and I don't know. I was getting a little sick. I don't know. What would you call that? Like carriage sick, like car sick. I don't know.
I don't know what a car is.
I don't know either. I was just trying to shorten the word. Just like I'd like to rest up a bit.
I don't think car sick would fit. I don't think it'd stick.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
Carriage sick.
like perhaps my vomit would stick to your floor. Just I'm just trying to tell you. I need to go. I'm
You
tired.
figured it out. My vomit would stick to the floor is a perfect way of saying you have seasickness on land.
Good night.
Okay, so the pilgrims are gonna go, or the urchins, I should say, are gonna go to Quarter Keep. Do you want to go with them?
No.
Okay.
Me and Droopy will stay.
All right.
We need him to watch the base.
Sure.
And Edward.
So Edward will stay as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the next day, you guys kind of say your goodbyes, like, we'll see each other. I think you just made the strangest face.
I say goodbye.
I wave.
Okay, this is not how I expected to go, but we'll...
I like curveballs, and I like throwing them directly at you.
So, Nyx... So, just for clarification, Jack, Quentin, Nyx, Ophelia, and Astrid are all going to Quarter Keep.
Yes.
Okay. So, as everybody packs up their stuff and heads out, Quentin wants this to be a more... not spiritual, but more memorable journey, so he doesn't turn into a griffin and have everybody ride on his back and go there. You guys do walk.
Okay. So we don't Lord of the Rings, but we Lord of the Rings.
You Lord of the Rings.
Okay. All right.
It's not as far. It is farther than where Horseshoe Pass was. So Horseshoe Pass, said about a day and a half. I'm bad with time. Day and a half. I don't know how Droopy made it from missing for one day, another. Maybe he used magic. Maybe he didn't. I don't know about Droopy.
He runs
I
fast.
think what with Droopy is that maybe he doesn't run fast, but he can run for a really long time because he has no idea that his body is tired.
Right?
So that's probably why it took him
No time at all.
No time.
no time. Yeah.
Just a few, or as soon as you guys left, he left right after you.
He was
which
gone.
is most likely the case.
Most
probably what happened.
likely he waited like a little bit and went, I'm going after them, and didn't tell nobody.
Let's do that, and then
Yeah.
Nyx didn't notice he was gone
Yeah,
till
yeah,
way later. So he was gone
A whole day and a half, maybe.
a whole between episodes.
Yeah.
So you guys head off, find out where they go in the next episode. But before that, Emmy, you and Edward and Droopy have just kind of been hanging around the base, taking care of it, doing your chores. And as it's kind of going, Droopy comes up to you, Emmy, and says, "Hey, Emmy, you know what?
What?
I know that I messed up by running right after you immediately when you guys ran off to your thing, your mission.
Mission.
So I want to make it up to everybody.
Oh, what are you going to do?
Well, here's the thing. I want to prove that I am so trustworthy that I can watch the base all by myself.
Oh, dear.
And what if, while they're going on their fun spiritual journey trip, you and Edward go to Sixport and go check on Elliot?
Oh dear.
It's up to you. I'm gone.
Nobody will know that you're gone. It'll be all okay. And I can watch the whole base by myself. I'll be fine.
Well, you could. I mean, I I think that you're capable, but wouldn't you want to go to Sixport with me?
Well, someone's got to watch the base. We can't leave this base completely unguarded. That would be stupid.
Yeah, that's why I was going to stay back. It's a dilemma because now it's like, what do I do?
Yeah,
You should roll for it. I say
really
you roll whatever even-sided dice. If it's 1 to, let's say it's a 6 dice. If it's 1 to 3, it's a no. If it's a 4 to 6, it's a yes.
Because
and then you just have to commit to the choice.
Yeah, because
So is Emmy really torn between
I'm
this?
very torn because although I really, really, really want to see about Elliot, I'm really torn about leaving Droopy all by himself.
Sure. Because I was just going to ask, like, Emmy as a character, because I know, and this is no offense, but the separation between Emmy and Vicky is, like, not there.
No, there is none.
So I didn't know if you wanted to play it like, oh, this is something Emmy would do, even though you, as, like, a player in the game, would be like, I'm not leaving Droopy alone.
Yeah. Well, it's both. It's both. I think that there is very, very little difference between Emmy and Vicky. And both of us are very reluctant to leaving Droopy on his own. Although, something, tells me that, yeah, he probably could just stay because we wouldn't be gone long. And then I do want to see Elliot. And it's like, So, yeah, let me roll. Okay. So, and like we said, 1 to 3.
Or if it's... You're rolling a 6-sided dice, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, even and odd.
Okay. Even is Elliot. Odd is Droopy. Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
I like that.
It's even.
Okay.
Commit.
Okay.
Commit.
Okay.
Yeah, your desire to see Elliot.
One out.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I tell him, I said, okay, let me think about it. And I do.
Because it doesn't have to be the same day. It doesn't mean I assume that this is a couple days later. This isn't even like when, because it's going to take a while for them to get there.
And then it's going to take a while for us to come back.
Right. So actually the next morning, he mentions all that and I'll say, well, let's think on it. Because I wanted to make sure. And so I did talk to Edward and I did say, he said this, I don't know what you think. And then Edward did the same thing as y'all did. And said, it's whatever you want.
Well, Edward says... Yeah.
Here's a 6-sided dice. Evens Elliot.
And he did, pretty much. And he said,
commit to the choice.
Well, there you go. And I said, okay, I'm feeling, better about it. But let's make sure he has provisions. Let's make sure he has some fish. Let's make sure he has some stuff.
Yeah. So you check all the supplies. Everything should be there.
I hid all the matches. He only has Pop-Tarts.
I'm gonna see if
cold cereal and lots to drink.
I want to see if Edward has a cleric spell he could cast to help protect the area.
Yes, a bubble. Let's put a bubble. Actually, that's an excellent idea. As I'm talking with him, and he can see I'm getting very, very anxious about this whole thing because I told him, I said, look, I only want to go and come back. I'm not going to stay long. Hopefully don't run into any issues because we always do. I'm sure you will.
We always do. We're split up, so we might be fine.
Yeah,
we might individually be fine. We always run into trouble as a unit.
So yes, if I feel like I can leave him, safely, I'm like, sure, and commit.
What Edward does. It takes a while for him to prepare this, but he creates a magic scroll, which in the context of no wishing, everybody can use magic scrolls. It's not a thing in D&D. They just have to, in terms of gameplay, you would have to read the scroll and roll and match your intelligence to see how much. I have a whole mechanic for it. Okay. But basically anybody can use a scroll.
Okay.
Edward creates a magic scroll, which takes, maybe a day or so.
Okay.
And he gives Droopy the scroll called Guardian of Faith,
Okay.
which creates a large spectral guardian that will protect an unoccupied space of your choice and basically create a giant like guardian. It only lasts for 8 hours.
Oh.
So what you would do is if he was in trouble or if something is happening, he would
Activate it.
he would use a scroll and activate it.
Got it.
Kind of like a Home Alone booby trap.
Okay. And also remember we do have the call clasps.
Yes.
And so if this happens, I mean, we'll just stay in communication with him.
That's really fun. That's really interesting. As soon as something happens, he would have to call, and then you'd have 8 hours to get back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like knowing that he has this like big guardian.
Yeah. So I think that's good.
It's pretty far away.
Okay.
But you have a fail-safe plan
Uh-huh.
to backtrip you up if he does get in trouble.
Yeah.
And so with Emmy comfortable, Edward and her get out of the bunker, he whistles for his horse. The two of you get on it, and you start making a beeline with no stops, no pee breaks,
Oh, okay.
to Sixport. As the Hilltoppers leave the burrow, the misty morning dew of the forest is disturbed by a set of beady eyes, blinking out from the bushes and hidden from our halfling heroes. More creatures pop out, and a group of them head off in the direction of Quarter Keep. Another group slowly follows the tracks left by Emmy and her father, leaving a single tiny creature to stay and watch the burrow with an unbreaking gaze.